Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Christelle Martinette, and I'm very, very happy to come with you today. To come to you today with a reading on the solstice, 21st of June, winter and summer solstice, depending on where you're located. And I'd like to thank all of you who have participated in the ghost story. Okay, we're slowly but surely reading them all, and I'll be getting back to you as soon as we make a decision, and we'll announce the reading, the reader. Oh, I'm bumbling up today. We'll be announcing the winner, and in a reading, I'll be announcing the winner, reading the story, and then having a reading as soon as we're ready. So today, I'm going to use the Happy Tarot. I've used them before online with you. This is the Happy Tarot. We'll see those as I lay them. And of course the VERA SIBILLA cards and the Neapolitan cards and my runes, but these are tiger eyes runes today. Now, let's see if we can concentrate on, I just wanted to say once again that shortly, within a couple of weeks, I'll be taking down all the modules for the VERA SIBILLA course and offering only the course together, the entire course. And those of you who have partially purchased the course with a few modules or half of the course, you can have the option to purchase the rest, and I'll deduct your prior payment. Let's see what's in store for all of us. This is all the signs for the 21st of June, the solstice. It's a rite of passage. It's really an important moment, and it's one of my favorite moments to read. Let's see what's in store for us. Okay, really in a moment, it's a very, very important moment for you. Now, let me show you, first of all, the cards that I have. The sun was coming in through the window very, very bright until just 2 minutes ago, because it shifts ever so slightly, and I have to have an incoming light this way because, or else it'll seem dark. I have the first, this is diamond spread. Yes, you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. The Nine of Wands, sorry, the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Swords. There's the sun again coming through. The Two of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, coins, the World card. This is across the center now, on the left. In the center is the Ten of Cups. This is the Hierophant. Under that, this is the Ace of Swords. The Nine of Coins. Our King of Cups. Now, it would seem to me that there are a few people here. We could call them people, you know, the Page and the King. But they may be energies as well. And of course, there's so many people out there that I believe that the truth is somewhere halfway between these two things for all of us. But they are, this is the Page of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Now, as I always say, I have the coins cards as a spiritual value. And the King, of course, is an emotional card, but it is also a water sign. It could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Now, what is interesting for me to see is the lovely Ten of Cups right in the middle above the King, which would augur well for all of those of you who have a relationship or who are cups, cups, are water signs, because they are probably in this framework, in this rite of passage, the equinox period, days before, days after, in best placed to have this emotional jubilee. This is what I'm going to call it, a jubilee. Now, with a spread like this, I have a crisscross of relations here, and I also have diagonal relations in all in all angles. So let's say that the focus card, this Ten of Cups, being right in the middle, really gives us that added emotional push, and it could play out, if we're not water signs, it could play out in tears, for example. Emotionally, the Ten of Cups and the Knight of Swords. Or it could play out as extreme abundance emotionally and spiritually with that Nine of Coins, the Nine of Coins there. Or it can really bring in a moment of truth with the Ace of Swords. See, the sun is peeking in and out of the clouds. It comes and goes. But one really, really important thing is that definitely there is here, there are here two, and I have to say it again because it seems that, Christelle Martinette is giving us these stories. What is she talking about? Boy meets girl, girl meets boy, they run together. But the Two of Wands here, definitely underneath this Nine of Swords, really does talk of energy that is, there's tension there. There's a sort of tension between two people. Their energies in some dimension and in some timeline, they are united, apart, coming together, coming apart, but they are in relation one to another. Now, of course, I'm going to use I'll be, as we speak, I'll be shifting and sliding. I'm trying to, I'm keeping my eye on the cards and trying to remember what I'm supposed to be doing here. But what's so interesting with these cards, the Happy Tarot, is that the message, regardless, is always tinged. It's always colored. It's not seen through rose-colored glasses, if you will, because if you look at the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Swords is a Nine of Swords. It is a nightmare, and the reading opens with a Nine of Swords, and then you have to really go in between the lines and understand why is the Nine of Swords over that Ten of Cups and over this King. Well, let's cut to the chase and say, for those who are involved with a water sign, there is on one side, or even on both sides of the equation, the fear that that Ten of Cups, that situation, that coming together, that bliss, that happiness, emotionally speaking, may be on the verge of disappearing. Right? That's one side to the story, and there is that risk. Okay, there is that risk, and both of you feel that. Both parties feel it, whether it's you or the other party. But if it's not a person, if you're not involved with a water sign, obviously everyone out there is not, and you or yourself are not a water sign, what you have here is emotionally, what is at stake is your very notion of what happiness is. Your, I hate to use the words, but it is a dream come true. Your vision of what could bring you happiness, that will be at stake. But let's try to glean what we can here, and there are a lot of layers here. The dream is at stake, of course it is, but it's at stake because there is part of that dream, part of the reasoning process, part of the rationalization process that seems to be a bit faulty, and it needs to emerge as your truth. with this Ace of Swords. It may be faulty because, let's say that, well, it is, we do have to say, I mean, I always tend to look at the negative side of the reading, but what I cannot deny that on either side here, I've got the World card and the Hierophant. And what does that describe if not emotional bliss and a high spiritual involvement? Now, these two cards both feed into the final card, the outgoing card, and they derive from that Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords sort of opens the dance, you know, and tells us, well, look, you are fearful because you're in your dreams. It's when you're in your subconscious mind, tells you that you have a fear. You know, every day, day in and day out, you go about business, you know, business as usual. But when you are in the wake, you know, during the night, you do have that fear, and they emerge to you. And they emerge to you in the sense that there is some form of antagonism, not truly antagonism in the sense that, you know, you're fighting with this person, but there is one, either clarity has not been established, or there has not been, the words have not been spoken, the clarity has not emerged because either one or the other party has not brought it up. And there is, however, the page here where you both, and it is very, very clear. I mean, everybody knows. You have it written here. In Italian, we say written on our forehead. You have it written all over you. The writing is on the wall that there is love there. There is love there. Now, love and fear. Okay, now, we talked about this, I believe, in probably one of my last readings. The fear element of fear came up. But the cards are here to remind us that, of course, it's not always fear that we have to deal with. Sure, but how can we put together the pieces? How can the Hierophant feed into this lovely Nine of Pentacles and into the King of Cups? And knowing that the truth has to emerge and you will be coming full circle. This means that people who have left each other, who have not seen each other for a long time, will be meeting again and will be bringing back the story to life, or bringing, taking off where they have, continuing where they have left off. Let's take the Vera Sibilla here and see what they have to add. And first of all, I think it would be best that I take a glass of water. Hold on. Wet my whistle. And then we'll go and start looking at the nightmare and try to get some more insight into that. First, I'd like to pull a tarot over that, and then another tarot. Well, this has fallen out. This is the Empress card. How interesting. Now, the Empress is all about creating. There's a period of gestation. There's a period of creativity that brings, you know, forth something new, you know. She's always drawn and represented in tarot decks as a pregnant figure. I'm going to take now the Vera Sibilla over the 9 again. And so right away we get the impression that the 9 of Swords is in our mind. They are fears. Not unfounded, but they are fears. And the Empress tells us that regardless, there is something that will emerge for the both of you in a positive sense that you are both interested in. All right, now, let's see. Oh, dear. How, you know, when I named the course, the Vera Sibilla teaching course, I called it La Vera Sibilla, What Would Life Be Without Them? And I have to say, I have to stand by that, because how do they come out? Nemico, the male enemy. Artista, the artist, which is also a person who is intellectually involved in thinking. Okay, there is pensiero, which is thought, but this is someone who's bringing thought to bear more specifically and more concentrated, in a more concentrated way on the story, on the couple. And then we have the female enemy. So that is the fear. The fear is all about possibly losing that person to another man and to another woman, or to another woman, or to two other men. You see, it is very, very, very clear. Now there is in relation to this, there's always a time factor, and I'm trying to glean what the time factor is, but what I see is this Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Cups is always, the tens are always at an end of a cycle, so you can start again. So, you know, this tells me that you're right there. I mean, if it's not on the 21st, it's going to be on the 27th, on the 23rd, you know, but it is coming round. It's coming round again. I think that was Carly Simon. I think I might be wrong on that. It's coming round again. Now, something else I'd like to see, I really would like to see this Ace of Swords, to see what type of truth, what kind of confirmation or conversation, what is revelations, what has to be said between each other. Okay, now, this is quite revealing on the one hand, but very detailed. All right, there's the viaggio, the trip, the movement, you know, movement away, dispiacere, sadness, and imeneo, the nuptial dance, the coming together. Now, what has to be talked about? Why such distance over that period of time? What happened during that time that caused both parties here, because I'm seeing them as both parties here, sadness? Why did the couple not come together? This is the topic of the discussion that needs to be mentioned, that must be spoken about. Okay, now I'm going to go to, I'd like to look at that page, the Page of Pentacles. That's always a spiritual bliss, really. It's an offer of, let's try again. Let's not give up, you know. Two have come out together and one. All right, now we have the mercante, the merchant, the vecchia signora, the old lady, and belvedere, looking out to sea. Now it's interesting because this card usually is a card that could be ambiguous, where the monocle is turned opposite, the opposite. So what is looking out at sea can be read as something that will, oh, you seeing it distance. And others, you can, depending on the cards nearby, it could be read as something coming in the near future. And the old lady's there, so it speaks to positive change. So we can, you know, be grateful for that. But who do we have here? We've got this mercante, this merchant. And the merchant is not talking here about money or work or in the strict sense. I'm seeing this, or that can be, and I will talk about that in a minute. But the merchant here I'm seeing as an, not an infamous, but a character, something that comes to you, an offer that comes to you that's veiled in some way. It could come through a person or a profile, if you're communicating with someone who is not directly communicating, from someone who's not directly communicating with you, but you know it's the person. They just are wearing some mask because they cannot bring about direct communication. They still need some interface. But it also could mean, and it also may mean here, that the coming together is indeed going to be an offer of trying to in some way work together, pair up, for some kind of an endeavor. Let's work together to see if we can pool our resources and take it from there and use that as some form of excuse to get together. It's becoming more and more interesting. I'm going to go to the Hierophant here to see what that's all about. Oh, I'm getting hungry. I haven't had lunch. It's 3 in the afternoon here. Going over the Hierophant. Let's take a look at the Hierophant. Oh, well. Now, if they could only speak, like Michelangelo speak, you know, to the statue. The widower, the vedovo, stanzas, the room, and speranza, hope. This talks about the love and the high spiritual connection bonding you that both of you would like to leave behind and come together soon. This talks about soon. This talks about in the near future, on that day, around that time. So I'm seeing a fast-moving reading here in terms of timing, and that's interesting for those of you who have been waiting for communication. But time, universal time, is always little tricky because it could be soon. You know, I could say it could be soon, and it could have been yesterday before I have this reading. You know, or it could be soon a month. You know. I'm going to go down here to this 9 of Pentacles and see what that is telling us. Okay. Well, it's coming round again. I have to say that's coming round again. Messaggero, the messenger. Malinconia, melancholy. The female lover, amatrice. Now, of course, the melancholy does speak to us, and both sides are in living in the past in a bit because they do not have a present, or they do have difficulty in creating a present. But lo and behold, love will be bringing them together. Those tarot readers and card readers out there might say, well, look, she's looking in a different direction, of course, and the messenger is going in a different direction. This speaks to what I saw before as the communication coming from, that was here, under the guise of someone else. And it's mirroring each other, of course, and that, you know, reaffirms the idea that messages will be coming to you from a different source, perhaps. But you're still both looking back. You are both looking back. I'm going to take the runes and cast those and see what they have to say, and see if they can help us a little here. These are very heavy runes. You can hear that they are rock, stones, tiger's eyes with the inscription on them, and they're heavy. They have a heavy weight to them. One of my favorite runes. Okay, there must have been a reason my ring got stuck onto that pouch there. I love one Lagos, Lagas. I love this rune when it comes up right stave. And when it comes up Merc stave, boy, just look out. All right, now, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Now, there are 2 runes here that I'm looking at them as having a conversation. Look at the sun is coming in. Look how beautiful. That is Perdro, bright stave, and Kinat's bright stave. And these are, this is your intuition, your ability to know, the ability to make contact on a different dimension, on a different timeline, your ability to know, yes, there is love there. I have no more questioning about that. Yes, we are in love. Yes, there is. Okay, so there is. Now, if for those of you who are having a difficult time with the partner, this pertains to you only. Yes, I know it is. Yes, I know it is. Because, of course, that Ace of Swords has not emerged. The conversation has not emerged. There's Iwatz. Sorry, Iwatz. This is Isa that talks of the need to distinguish the conversation more precisely. Be very distinct with how you describe the energy, how you describe the past events, and how you talk about What happened? Did you think that? How come this and that? Okay, without pressuring. There's no pressure here. Now, very, 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 very lovely are these concentration of runes here over this Hierophant here. You'll remember that I saw the widower, the hope, and the room that's talking about the message coming in, having contact very soon. I've got here Algits. Algits is in the dark. Here, Algits. Algits is a rune that talks of protection. Your efforts are protection. Your love with that person is protected. As does Iwats. Oh, where are you? There you are. Iwats also talks about protection, especially the female component of the person who has a female role in a relationship. She is under a glass jar. You know, she is protected in some way. Either she's more spiritually developed, or she's more attuned, or better conversant with the language of love. All right? But I can see that this belongs to persons, not only to the female. It seems to me that, yes, okay, we call love a female quality. Being soft-spoken is a female quality. Our anima side is soft-spoken, emotional, touchy-feely. But when we talk of love, that is love. It doesn't have a sex. Now, as I showed you, I have this rune, Lagas Merkstave, Lagus, it's, Bright Stave. And this is here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, and I myself am so very happy to see that, that just relax. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't worry that you don't speak today. Don't worry that you're not speaking. He's not calling. She's not calling. Why aren't we conversing? Relax, because it will happen when it should happen. And I cannot stress that enough to my people, those who I read for. I have to really, nobody likes to, and I'm a double Aries, you know, Aries rising, Aries birth sign. Thank God I have Pisces as a moon sign, because I am not a patient person, you know. But it goes to tell us that you need to have faith in the powers that be. And the person that you're involved with, that significant other, they take time for a reason. Know that the love is there. And what do we have? Ingvats. This is here to tell you that the key is patience. For your benefit and for theirs. And really trust the universe on this. Trust me on this. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this was of help for this lovely day, this rite of passage, the 21st of June, North and South Hemisphere. And I'll get back until we read again, but let me just announce that pretty soon I'm going to be uploading the July readings. And as you know, once we get to the end of June, that's 6 months of the year have passed. They have passed. We go from July to the end of the year. So what I'm planning to do, so you can get ready, I'm planning to give the reading for the month of July, and then opening a small mini grand tableau with the lovely cards that I purchased from my colleague's shop called Secrets of the Universe.shop. I didn't want to get that wrong. A lovely deck of Lenormand cards. Comes in a little tin, lovely. I'm going to make us, after I do the July reading and the same video, I'll have a small mini tableau, and it will take time, but it's a beautiful way to give you a reading in time for the last 6 months of the year. Okay, so thank you, new subscribers, and thank you, old subscribers, and until we read again together, bye-bye, namaste.